Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is Dr. Jack, and I am so happy to be back on, so happy to be sharing with you again as I talk about my month 8 post VSG update. And so it's actually a little bit beyond the 8-month mark because, you know, I am a college professor, and so the fall semester started right in the middle of that, and so I had to focus on that. I couldn't, I didn't have time to record and do all the things. You don't care about that. Anyway, today is September 2nd, so I'm a few weeks beyond the month 8 mark, and so let's just jump right into the update. So, new things that have happened over month 8. Well, let's talk about month 7 a little bit, because in month 7 I told you how I had hit a plateau and I was just stuck at this weight. I was like, oh my gosh, I knew a plateau was coming, but I didn't, really grasp that, I might be adding to, the length of that plateau. Because if I'm being 100% honest and 100% transparent, I did indulge a little bit. It's summer, I've been traveling, and so we've been, snacking and things that I normally wouldn't do. Lots of slider foods, things that I know are not good for me. So I, just said, that may be the reason why I've stalled a bit. And as I said in month 7, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. As I said in month 7, I was going to change some things and see if that doesn't get me back on track. Well, I did change some things, but a couple things happened. So first, I went and got microblading on my eyebrows on August 17th, just a few days before my 8-month anniversary. And I didn't realize that I would not be able to work out until they completely healed. Well, I was like, okay, 7 days I'll be able to get back out on and get, working out and sweating and getting a good, good workout in. No, she said, no, you need to wait till they stop scabbing. And as you guys can see, they've pretty much gone away. Well, I'm at that stage where pretty much all the scab is gone and they've lightened up. And so they'll get darker over time. I'm gonna go back in October for a touch-up. But anywho, this is not a microblading vlog. Anyway, so I said, gosh, that's gonna put a damper on things. So that's first thing. Wasn't able to work out for a couple, days leading up to my 8-month anniversary. And then my granddaughter's birthday, and I'm not blaming it on my granddaughter. This was all me. She had nothing to do with this. But my granddaughter's birthday was on the 19th, and yes, I had birthday cake. Yep, more than one slice. And so that wasn't good. And so I was really beating myself up. So what I did was made sure that immediately jumped back on track. See, that's what I need people to understand. VSG does not remove food from your presence. No, it doesn't do that. That's something you have to do. Those are changes that I have to make. I have to make, and I am so appreciative of vloggers like Makeup Shayla, because she told the unadulterated truth.
This past year I've lost 20 pounds, and I wanted to share some tips for those of you who might be struggling to lose weight. If you're like me, you probably overeat, and snacking is our worst enemy. You gotta get rid of all the BS in your pantry.
She said, if you cannot control what you eat, don't even have it in the house. Don't even play yourself like that. Get it out of the house. Even if you have VSG, granted you won't be able to eat as much, but you will find yourself snacking more. I found myself snacking more. So what I did was I went and did a pantry haul, clean out, and got rid of everything that was not beneficial to me. I replaced it with good, healthy foods. And so I've been doing that. So at my month 8 mark, what did I weigh? So I told you in month 7 that I had been vacillating, or going back and forth between 157 and 158, for that entire month, probably longer than that, and I couldn't seem to lose it. And so when I weighed for month 8, at the end, on the 20th, I was 156. And so not much has been lost. That was on the 20th. And when I weighed today, because I really got back after it, I'm starting back working out on Monday. I gave myself 2 full weeks for these to heal. I think they're good to go. So I'm going out on the on Monday to work out. So when I weighed myself today, I was at 154. So I think it's getting back on track. I've been making sure that I still prioritize my proteins. I still get my water in, take my vitamins, and I stay away from foods that I do not need. You know what? I don't care what, for me, I don't care what anybody says about, well, you can still have this just a little, or you can eat a little bit of that, or that's not gonna hurt you. It will me, yeah. So I don't need it and I won't have it. You know, I bought some of the best plums the other day from the grocery store to replace any sort of sweet thing that I wanted to have. I can now eat, fruit. So I eat my fruit. That I watch how much of that I eat. You don't want to overeat on that. Sam's has this really good pineapple and coconut water. Those are kind of a little too sweet, I think. Maybe a half of a spear of pineapple at a time. Don't, overdo that. But finding good vegetables. I love a good salad. I love blueberries. I love raspberries. Things that are good for me. I love strawberries. And so apples. Those are the things that I'm going to start replacing, that I have begun to replace, unnecessary things with. Slider foods, they got to go. Popcorn, corn chips, crackers, all those good salty things. I've replaced that with almonds. I love a good almond, and almonds have a lot of fiber, and so they keep me nice and regular, and I don't have to do the Miralax with those. Hey, it's a win. A win is a win. So that's what's been going on in month 8. Month 8, did some traveling. I'm going to be showing that in the upcoming vlogs. Just hanging out, just trying to live life. Been trying to embrace the new me and celebrate every milestone, every win, no matter how big or small, whether it is a scale victory or a non-scale victory, and enjoying this time that I am in. And that would be my advice to anyone who is on this journey, who's contemplating this journey, who has been on this journey for a while and you feel like, I'm stuck. Just don't be so hard on yourself. Do those things that you know are good to do and enjoy. Just enjoy life. Find things that you enjoy and just do that. And so I wanted to jump into some of the things that some of the questions that I've been asked, and some of the things that, either asked via the comments on YouTube or people have just asked, just talk to me about things. And one of those things deals with unrealistic expectations. Oh my goodness. We are all guilty of that. I know I am very guilty of having unrealistic expectations. For instance, you can become so overly worried about the scale that you miss the fact that you are still losing on a daily basis. You are still losing weight daily. You feel like if you've watched some of the shows that come on TV, or if you watch social media and there are people on there saying, oh, you can lose 40 pounds in a month and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. I mean, it's possible that could happen. But for me, with where I weighed even before surgery, 40 pounds in a month was quite unrealistic. That's like a pound a day. I'm starving myself at that point. I'm either starving myself or there's something medically wrong, that's causing me to do that. Now, I'm not saying that is impossible. It may be possible. I just know it wasn't possible for me. And so that would be unrealistic for me. You have to know what your metabolism is and how you're burning fat and what you're putting in and how much activity you are involved in on a day-to-day basis. All of those things factor in. Age, how much muscle you have on your body, all of that plays a huge role, including what you put into your body. You know, you have to think about those who are on these very strict diets, and say they weigh 350 pounds. It's gonna seem like they have lost a lot in a short amount of time, because that's just, you know, how it is. You can drop a lot in a shorter period of time because you have more to lose. For me, I always knew from the beginning, even before I had the surgery, my doctors told me and my nutritionist told me, you're on the lower end, so your weight loss is going to be much slower. But I would much rather prefer a slower weight loss, something that is sustainable, than doing a crash diet that I won't be able to sustain. Because guess what? Once you stop doing what you're doing for that crash diet and you go back to the way you used to do or the way you used to eat, the weight's gonna come back, and probably a couple extra pounds just for good measure, to make sure that, you know, hey, my body was starving, so I'm gonna hang on to a little bit, make sure that if it ever happens again, I have that extra to pull from. So, you know, that just have realistic expectations. And I did have a question about that. Someone asked, someone said, I'm 2 months post VSG and have only lost 20 pounds. I'm slightly disappointed. And, you know, I don't know where this follower started. I don't know where they started, what their starting weight was, what their goal weight is, or anything like that, what type of activity. I don't know anything about them. But 20 pounds in 2 months is pretty doggone awesome, if you ask me. It is pretty awesome. That's more than 2 pounds a week. And, you know, 2 pounds a week, 1 to 2 pounds a week is a good, healthy amount of weight to lose. You know, you can still, you know, get the nutrients that you need, and, you know, just enjoy that. And think about 20 pounds in 2 months could easily be 40 pounds in 4 months, 60 pounds in 6 months. I mean, just, we have to not measure ourselves by someone else's progress or success, because that does nothing but zap our joy. You know, comparison is the thief of joy. It'll zap every little bit of joy that you have comparing yourself to someone else. So run your journey. That's something I used to always tell my kids when they had anything to do that was some sort of a competition, or they were, you know, working on something for them, or whatever the case may be. I would always tell them, put your blinders on and run your race. Don't worry about who's on this side or who's on that side. Just run your race. And that's what I would say to you if you're on this VSG journey or any sort of weight loss journey, and you're concerned if you are making progress. If the scale is moving in the downward direction, it's getting less, it's a win. It's a win. And so run that race and enjoy that race, and don't be so hard on yourself. That's amazing. And to that commenter, congratulations on losing those 20 pounds in 2 months. That is freaking awesome. Congratulations. And so that's one thing that I would share, the unrealistic expectations. Get rid of those. And let's start thinking about, you know, what we can do, what we are doing, and how we can make the best of what we can do. I mean, I'm at 154 pounds. I'm 4 pounds from what my goal was when I went into the surgery. And I'm at 8 months. I still have 4 more months. Even if I lose 1 pound a month, which I hope I lose a little bit more than that. But if I lose 1 pound a month between now and my anniversary, I've met my goal. So, you know, I can't be mad about that at all. I am not in any ways mad. I was a little concerned about the plateau, but, you know, I was made aware that that would happen. And so here we are. The other thing that I want to share is bad habits. Bad habits that you had before VSG, and where those habits go after VSG. You know where they go? Nowhere. They're still with you. They are still there, and you have to do the work to fight against those and to change those into good habits. And how do you do that? You do it. I mean, I wish there was an easier way to say it. You do it. You have to do it. You have to change how you think, how you your relationship with food, and you have to do something different. You know, the saying, doing the same thing over and over and expecting something different is insanity. Well, it really is. If I continue eating like I ate before, because let's just be honest, yeah, I was older, I had gone through menopause, and my metabolism was slower and all those sorts of things, but I didn't help myself any by snacking all the time. I had a raging sweet tooth. And I loved like salty snacks like chips and crackers and all of that kind of stuff. That was really my major issue, snacking. And so that was a bad habit. And you know how to change that? I have to change that. I have to do the work to change it. I have to get rid of the temptation, number one. Get rid of that temptation and keep it out of the house. And then I can replace or reframe my thinking so that I want other things. You know, it takes time. It didn't happen overnight, and I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. It may be a daily battle until I can get in control of what I put in my body. Hey, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I used to say all the time, nothing tastes as good as I'm going to look. So I'm working on that. I buy healthy nuts. Almonds used to be they call that a superfood. Blueberries, a superfood. Hey, those are the things that I'm gonna consume and put in my body. Fruit, if you like popsicles and things like that, make your own. I've done that before. Make your own. Fruit, juice your fruit, put them in a popsicle mold. Voila, you got your own fresh made popsicles. And so you like sour things, make some pickles, cucumbers, tomatoes, you know, all of those delicious items. So bad habits, they can creep back in if you're not careful. So you got to plan for them and do something different. This is not a passive lifestyle. It is very active. You got to do things. You got, in addition to moving your body and all of that, you've got to do things that to make your environment conducive to you maintaining your goals and supporting what it is that you want to achieve. Yeah, that was that. So another question I had was about hair loss. Have I experienced any hair loss? And so as you all know, I have locks. So when your hair sheds with locks, you don't lose it. It just kind of feeds into the lock. You know, it kind of meshes in. Your hair kind of grows like that, and all the shed hair just kind of gets in there and just goes in. So in that respect, I guess no, I haven't. But what I have noticed with regard to hair loss is like at the root, I've noticed lot more frizzies. And when I pull those frizzies, I see that hair is shorter than the rest of it. So I'm thinking, and it's not all over, it's just in a few little places. And so I think that maybe, you know, where I've had, you know, lost a little bit of hair and, you know, it broke or whatever the case may be, the shedding from the weight loss. And, you know, it's now, you can tell because it's kind of sticking up a little bit, it's shorter. That's really the only thing. I know some people say they lost their edges. I think my edges are still there. I mean, I'm older, so my edges were not super thick when I started anyway, because, you know, just age, you know, plays a part on those edges. But I mean, they're still there. I'm okay with that. So not too much weight loss. I don't know what really, I know people tend to lose hair when they lose a lot of weight very quickly. And I guess you could say I've lost weight quickly. If you consider where I started from, I've lost almost 50 pounds since surgery day. No, actually, yeah, about 50, almost 50 pounds since surgery day, which is a great percentage of my body weight that I've lost. And I guess it could be considered losing it quickly. I don't know. I'm not really sure of all of the specifics about it, but I do know that you can lose hair. And so what I think has helped me with the hair loss is the fact that, of course, I have locks. So if there was a lot of hair loss, I wouldn't know it unless there was a bald spot somewhere, and I don't have any of that. And I have been very careful to maintain my vitamin intake and my water intake. So I make sure that I do that. Now with water, I could do a lot better. I keep that big cup with me. It's not a Stanley. My daughter calls it a Fanley because it's a fake Stanley. But anyway, I keep that filled with water, so I'm drinking all throughout the day to make sure that I'm getting everything that I need by way of liquids. So yeah, but not too much hair loss, thankfully. I have not experienced that. Some other questions had to do with like memory loss, brain fog, and stuff like that. And have I experienced it? Because sometimes, you know, some people have said they've experienced that when they lost a lot of weight. For me, no. I feel like I am still pretty sharp, pretty alert. I sleep better. So I think that has a lot to do with, you know, memory and cell reproduction and how well you function throughout the day. I sleep amazingly well. I haven't really dealt with really a lot of anxiety because, like I said, I went through the counseling session with the therapist prior to the surgery, and it helped me to kind of focus my mind on things that are positive and on good results and things like that. So haven't had that issue. So not much brain fog or memory loss. So looking forward to just continuing the great progress that I've made. So that's pretty much it for month 8. Not a whole lot of changes other than the 2 pounds since my actual month 8 anniversary, the actual 2 pounds that I've lost since then. So I'm feeling good. I want to show you guys this little dress that I have on. It is so cute. I got it from Amazon. And you know, this time last year I wouldn't have dared wore something like this. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. Hold on. Okay, so this is the dress that I got from Amazon. It is the Giraropa, I guess that's how you pronounce that, women's mock knit dress. It has those cutouts and pockets. Y'all know I love a dress with pockets. And the cutouts are so cute. There is, in the back, it looks like actually a top and a skirt, but it's actually a one-piece dress. I love it. And y'all, the best thing was this dress was $25.99 on Amazon, and it comes in about 4 or 5 different colors. And so I will link the dress in the description box if you are interested. Y'all better get you one of these, honey. It's not a chicken salad, but it sure is cute. I love it. And I wanted to share with you this one last comment. It's comments like these that really inspire me to keep doing what I'm doing and keep sharing my story. Hey, it's not a secret. We all need help sometimes. Traveling this VSG journey can be tricky and it can be scary, and we have lots of questions. It was vloggers like Karen San Diego on YouTube who helped answer a lot of the questions that I had. And I just want to be able to be that same source of inspiration and light for anyone who's on this journey, who needs some support, who has questions, who has concerns, and you know, they need someone who's actually been through the fire to help them. I'm glad that this platform is a way for me to be useful. Well, that's going to do it for my month 8 update. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you found something informative or helpful or inspiring in my vlog today. I will be, y'all, I have so much vlog footage to edit. Is crazy. I got to finish up my summer travels, my fall, beginning of fall, just so much to edit, and hopefully I'll find the time to do so. Maybe this weekend I'll get a bunch of that done. But I thank you all so much for sticking with me. Before you go, if you haven't already, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. To those of you who have subscribed, my OG subscribers, my new subscribers, You guys are the greatest. I really, really thank you so much. I appreciate all of the comments, all of the questions, all of the support. You guys are the greatest. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Enjoy Labor Day. It's coming up in a couple days. If you're off or if you're working, make the most of it. Take care, you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.